now going to talk about the fundamentals of marksmanship. Now when we talk about the fundamentals, we're going to tell you that there are 5 fundamentals to marksmanship. Now some people will argue that there are 7 fundamentals to marksmanship. We'll explain that difference. We'll explain why we're going to teach you 5 and why we're not teaching you the 7, because we'll go through what the 7 are. The 7 that most people will teach you is they'll tell you their stance, grip, sight picture, sight alignment, trigger pull, follow through, and breathing. So here's what we teach. We teach stance, grip, sight alignment, trigger press, and follow through. Now when we say there's only those 5, let's talk about why. Well, as you might have noticed, we only use sight alignment. We didn't use sight picture and sight alignment because when we're teaching, we feel like those all kind of fall into the same category. They kind of work hand in hand, close enough together that you can kind of make them one fundamental. And the second one that's not in there is breathing, because we do believe that you need to breathe. If you don't breathe, you die, right? So it's important to breathe when you're shooting, but you don't have to consciously focus on it when you're shooting handguns. Now the reason why we say this is you're going to learn as we talk about sight alignment, we're going to teach you some tricks that virtually nobody else teaches when it comes to sight alignment. And in doing this, you're going to realize how unimportant breathing becomes to your shooting. Because when you're shooting a rifle or something long distance, like 500 yards, yes, you have to worry about your breathing. You need to take your shot at what they call the respiratory pause. But with handguns, there's such a minimal difference in where your shot is going. Even at a long shot, we consider 75 feet or 25 yards to be a pretty long shot to take with a handgun. And that's usually about the distance of an indoor range. So that being a really long shot with a handgun, you'll notice that your shot isn't that deeply affected by your breathing and other parts of your body moving that they do naturally. So just as with typically shooting handguns, you're not bracing yourself, laying down in a prone position on the ground like you would with a rifle, you also don't need to worry about the breathing like you would with a rifle, because again with a rifle you're taking such a long shot that it's crucial that every tiny bit of movement be taken out of there. With a handgun, that's not the case.